So I just started recording, so good morning. It's Dave Franklin, AKA everybody calls me the Gunner. I'm a scalper, and primarily I scalp the 5-minute charts. I'm looking for swings of between the this psychological big numbers of 0, 25, 50, 75. I trade primarily breaks of the breaks of the 10 moving average. Pull back under and close below the 10. I'll show you right here on this 5-minute chart. Let me make it just a little bit bigger. So I'm looking for I have a signal here because I have a pullback that closed underneath the 10, which is the red candle here. And then it break and close above the 10. And then I will take the break of that candle for anywhere, 5 to 10 pips, but I'll get out if I see any kind of resistance. So for an example here, there's a double top. So I would, when I would have entered this one here, I would have got out with 8 pips, and then waited for the next signal, which you can see here at London Open. There was another signal here, break close below, and then up it goes. And then we have another below here. So use the 30 and the 50 as my indication of trend. The further everything moves away and fans out, so the further the 10 and moves away from the 30 and moves away from the 50, the better I see that the trend is. I prefer doing shorts. However, if the trend is indicated long, I will take longs as well. So that's the main signal that I trade, is the 10. Now the other signal that I trade is an inside bar, and I've got an inside bar marked by this white candle. Basically, it is inside of the previous candle, and I will trade the break and close of that inside bar, as long as it is bullish in color and in so for an example, here's one here, this inside bar. I had a signal and an inside bar on this one here, and the bulls were in control, so that one I would have taken. I do take the occasional inside bar that the bears are in control, but as you can see here, it would have it would have made me sit and wait for the trade. And quite frankly, I hate waiting for trades. I hate sitting on a trade and hoping that it's gonna go into profit. If I'm in profit, I take my profit, I get in, and I get out. It's very simple. I'm not sitting here looking for 200 or 300 pip move. 5 to 10 pips, I'm more than happy. I'll do that 15, 10, 15, 20 times, and I know the money's in the bank. Now, saying all of that, it's important that people realize that not everybody is a scalper. Not everybody can scalp. Scalping is a very I don't want to. It can be very difficult for some people. So
I would say that I have difficulties in scalping, but I haven't gone to the extent of setting up the charts like you have. So
yeah,
but in saying that, yeah, I don't think everyone is a scalper.
Right, right. So these are all the pairs that I look at here. So let's just let me just kind of close this back up here. Now I look at a couple of different time frames. I have another monitor that I'm looking at. I look at the 4 hour, the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 15 minute, and the 5 minute. Now again, I mainly trade the 5 minute, but I still look for support and resistance on the higher time frames to see what I'm up against. I got a signal on the UJ. Let's go take a quick look at the UJ here. Now you see here on this AJ here, I have a signal here to go short on the 5 minute. However, I'm coming into the daily open on the 15 minute. So I expect some resistance here, and I'm above the 200 on the 15 minutes. So I'm going to wait this one out until it closes below the. Now it should go all the way down to the 75 because. But I'm going to wait it out and see whether or not it closes below the daily open. The daily open, as you can see, it was tested already here about an hour ago. So we'll see what it has to say, but the trade has to be right. You know, I mean, otherwise, you know, it could go against you. So I said I had a. Oh, wait, let's look at. I have an inside bar on the Euro Aussie here. All right, that's back a little ways here. All right.
Breaking out. I don't know if he's.
Yeah. You guys can still hear me okay?
Yeah, I can.
All right, good. I hear my phone ringing in the background there. Somebody's. Just give me a second. Let me go deal with that. Let me just pause this for half a second. All right, there we go. Sorry about that. Just all of that, and I missed the phone call. Oh well. If they want me, they'll get back in touch with me. Okay, so all right. So let me read. There's somebody sent me a message here. First time in your webinar. How? The stops. Okay, that's a good question. I mean, like I look at swings. So, you know, I will let a trade normally go to a maximum of 25 pips. That's pretty much my maximum. However, I will not. If I see you know, higher resistance or support that I'm going against, I'll get out with I'll get out with -5. No, sure, you know, yeah, I sometimes I'll risk 25 for 5, but not very often. You know, like everybody says, well, you know, that's my absolute hard line in the sand. Do I ever get hit with 25? Yeah, once in a while. Very, very rarely though. Very rarely. So let's yeah. What'd you say here? So now I'll scalp 10 or 15 as well, you know, so it's not really that I'm only scalping 5. If there's room to go to if there's room to go to a higher position, like let's take a look at this trade for an example here. There's nothing stopping me up in over here. Will I only take 2 or 3? No, I'll go right up to the big number, or as close to the big number as possible, and that's, you know, that's 17 from that entry on that trade. So and here's a swing back down to the zero. I'll look at this one here. Now this one here, again, same thing. There's another 15, 16 pip trade. Actually, sorry, my bad. Entry is here. That's a 10 pip trade if we'd have gotten in on this EA. All right, does that make sense, Mikaros?
Does.
Okay, all right. So, you know, if I'm taking a let me just see if I can find one here. If I'm taking a trade, let's say I'm taking this inside bar right here. Okay, this inside bar, I will probably get out with 5 pips because there's a double top right here. Okay, and I'd rather see that 5 pips off that inside bar in my pocket. Now, this inside bar is not a really good inside bar because it's in what I call the squeeze, which is in between the 10 and the 30 moving average. So it's in no man's land. So I'll try not to. I wouldn't take that trade. So it's not. I won't try not to. I wouldn't take that trade. So let's. All right. Any other questions while I'm scanning a couple of pairs here?
Yeah, just with the actual candles itself. So the inside bar, you're looking like the next candle to trigger after the inside bar has to be at the end of the wick of the inside bar. Is that your entry, basically? Like your entry of the inside bar?
On the entry of an inside bar, I'm hoping that we'll find one here. So here's an inside bar, but it's right at a big number, so it's consolidating, it's bouncing at this number here. So I'm going to look at a higher time frame for a minute here, and I see that there's a bit of resistance, you know, at 106.534 area, which is this swing right here on the 15-minute. So I know that there's some consolidation happening here. So I'll wait on this one here. If the bulls were in charge, or if the bulls were in charge on this candle, which they were not, I would have taken the break as soon as price had broke above. Now I won't take it if it's 3 or 4 or 5 pips above, but as soon as it's above, I'll take that, and I'll actually get out with 3 pips on this trade, because that right here would be my this double top that is where it stopped.
Yeah, no.
Oh, let me open this. Let me open this up a bit better. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's great. I'm just saying, I just wanted to show everyone the river system, so everyone understands the river system as well, like what you were talking about yesterday.
Yeah, yeah. So I have one more question here from Adam. So where do you like to see the inside bar from then? I like to see the inside bar to be broke. above, if it's an uptrend, I would like to see it above the, I'd like to see it above with trend for number one. And I'd like to see that there's room to move on the left-hand side. So this inside bar here is an example. We'll go back to this one right here. This inside bar, this blue one right here. It's not a good candle. You would have had to sit and wait on this one here, because realistically there's been no action over here to the left, suggesting that it's gonna break higher for a little while. So I have two candles here that are stopping me. So I have a double top. So I'd have got in this trade and I'd been sitting, waiting for it to break. To me, that's not a good trade, because it's inside bar, inside bar, inside bar. So it's created a flag is what it's created there. And it's not really showing me any, it's showing me that the market is not really moving. Now, so we have a pullback. This inside bar, it never broke. So I would not have taken this inside bar. It didn't break. This inside bar, it broke right here. Plus I got a signal, so I had my pullback below the 10, and I would have been able to get in on that trade. Now where would I have gotten out? I would have gotten out right here at this swing high. So I would have got out with 4 or 5 pips and been happy with it. Been very happy with it, because it's better in my pocket than it is in theirs. When you say break, you mean the mother bar or the smaller bar? Well, a break of the inside bar. It has to break. This candle here has to break above this point. Oops. This candle has to break the top of this inside bar. This one didn't break the inside bar. It's in the squeeze. This one here, it broke the inside bar again, but it's inside between the 10 and the 30, so I wouldn't have taken it. This one here, I would have taken this trade, and I'd have been sitting in this trade for a while. This is and unfortunately it happens every once in a while. So I would have been looking for 4 pips. Eventually I would have got it. It is a trade. It is a valid entry. Now, where would I have looked to get out on this trade if I was to get out? I have a triple bottom right here, so that's 12 pips away. So this, which is also the big number right here. So that would have been my stop loss. Would have been on that trade if I had taken it, which I didn't, but my stop loss would have been there. It didn't come anywhere near it. All right, so yeah, all right, so let's does that make sense, guys? Everybody happy with what I've tried to explain there? I just want to make sure, because then I'm gonna move on to the river component, which gives me a little bit of it gives me a little bit of better signal strength as to exactly what I'm looking for. So this is let's remove this guy for a moment here. All right, so this is the this is what I call the river. Actually, it's another gentleman who, sorry, would you ever take Let's go back and look at that for 2 seconds here. This inside bar here, no, this is no. That's the inside bar. Adam, that's the one you're looking at right now, right? This one I'm pointing to?
Hi, David. I've unmuted myself now. It's the one after this big impulse that starts at around 11 o'clock. There's 3 really big bars up and a little inside bar. 3 big bars go up to about 106.50. So further back from where you are at the moment.
These ones right here, this one.
Yeah, well, a bit further back, around there, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have taken this inside bar.
So you'd never take something like that then?
If you, when you're looking at an inside bar, primarily you want to make sure who's in control on that inside bar. You know, if the bears are in control or the bulls, and see, and that it closed lower. So I would have preferred.
So if it had been a blue bar, would you have taken it then?
If it had been a blue bar, I would have taken it. Yes.
Okay, fine.
All right, and then my stop. And I might have gotten stopped out, but my stop would be in and around, my stop would have been in and around either here, and I know I'm just picking at the moment, but that's where my stop probably would have been. It was in and around these 2 areas here, because you have all of this consolidation and stopping here. And if you measure from here, that's probably, yeah, no, it's yeah, so we're looking at from that entry of that, you know, 10 pips, but my maximum would have been down to this big number for my stop loss. I like the swings from going from 0 to 25 to 50 to 75. No matter what, it's just everything seems to swing very well into those directions. So have I taken this type of an inside bar before? You know, yes, I have. I've just noticed that I have to be patient and wait. It would have been better if the bulls were in charge on that candle. Then you know, then it would have been a better trade. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does indeed.
That makes sense. Thanks.
Okay. All right. So I have we've been a friend and myself, or a friend's been really working on this. It's called the River, and it really seems to be a very good indication as to when to get into your trades. And to explain it quite simply is we have a group of moving averages starting from 13 to 21. And then and what we're looking for is we're looking for it to fan out and go wider. You know, so when and this is a 10, so basically I'm looking at 5 to the, I'm just testing the a smaller river on top of the main river, which is the 13 to 21. And what we're looking for is we're looking for it to start opening. So if you see here as an example, the river is getting wider, so therefore the moving averages are opening up and fanning out. And then we have a closing. The river is coming to a narrow here, so here would be an entry area on the river, and you know, that would have been good for 13 pips. Now this is a 15-minute chart, so And as you can see here, there's who's in charge on this inside bar, right?
Bulls.
The bulls. So it's uptrend, the bulls are in charge. I'm in this trade. It's broke. It broke on this very next candle. I'm in that trade. The bears are in control on this one. It's right at a big number. I'm not going to get into this trade until I get either a break below the 10 on the 5-minute and then a close above. You know, likelihood is going to keep going up, but again, as a scalper, I do not. Can I make B? Who are you, B? B wants me to make him the presenter. I don't know who you are. Just keep sending me the same message. Well, just open up your mic and tell me who you are and what you want to show us. And oh, I probably clicked the wrong button. Okay, so the river is a very good indication. Somebody's typing there. I can hear them typing. All right, good enough. The river is a very good indication of getting into trades. Now, if it closes below the river, and you're in a long, for an example here, it closes below the river, that's where you get out of the trade because the river is changing, it's narrowing. I don't know if I'm making sense on talking about the river here, but it's still moving averages. It's still basically looking at swings. Swings from, you know, the 25, as you can see here, for an example. There's the 25, come back down to the 25, up to the 50. It might come back down to the 25, or it might now sit around the 50, then go up to the 75 and back down to the 50, or it might just keep going, you know. So any questions?
Yeah, I do. Obviously the pink line in regards to the river. So if the rivers cross and the pink lines cross all at once, as we can see around, you can see with the inside, it's not really crossed there really, is it?
Well, you're looking right here in this area. Yeah. Well, I only want to trade in direction of trend, and the trend here is up. You know, the 50 is telling me the trend has been going up and going up, and you can see here, if I just made it a little smaller, so I don't know if you guys can see, but you can see that my 30 river is wide, nice and wide. My 10 river has come down, has given me, it's come right into a narrow, it's come right in, there's an entry there. It's come below the river, so we know that the river is narrowing here, so we're waiting for a signal to break and go above the river, but you can see the river really works well all the way up, you know, and as long as I'm staying in tune with my moving averages, my daily moving averages, where are the blocks from? Oh, these are swings. This is another system I've had for over 5 years. It's the Ames boxes, basically they're just showing me swing highs and swing lows. It's a fractal, the same thing as a fractal. It's just I trade inside the box. You know, basically showing me the next swing in that box. That was if that makes sense. Because I was just asked that question. All right, so if you can see, as long as I'm above my moving average going up, this, in this euro dollar, we're good. Now, as soon as we close below the 50, we're staying out of the trade, or we're taking shorts, but we wouldn't take shorts until around this area here, and quite frankly, you're got to go back and look. There's a lot of resistance over here, so we might not enter anything in this. Well, we wouldn't enter in this time frame anyways, because that's from New York close to midnight. So there's really not a whole heck of a lot happening for me at that point in time of the day.
You do many entries in Asia, Dave? Like,
no,
have you scalped it?
No, I don't. Very, very few. There's only about an hour in Asia that is worth looking at, and I noticed the spreads are a little bit wider than I really like. So that's something I never really touched upon. As a scalper, you want to make sure your spreads are really low, because if you're taking 5, 10 pips, you don't want to be giving 3 of them back to the broker, 4 of them back to the broker. Or, I like to keep my my spread under 2, at all times if you can. There's a couple of pairs that spreads are higher, but they will identify the swings a lot easier, and if there's room to move, then I might consider taking that trade. But normally, you have to make sure that your spreads are relatively low. So white, red is above yellow. You look for longs, and vice versa. The white here is the 200. Dotted line here is the 200. I've always had it on my charts. The white solid line here is the daily open from so basically I'll trade in direction of the open. So the open has been up, and so therefore most of my trades on the euro would be up. I haven't even gone into any trades here in the last little bit. Let's see if we can find a trade or two. It would be nice. Yes, above the 200 look for longs, below the 200 look for shorts. The midterm trend would be the 50, so as long as I'm above the 50. All right, so I have here a signal to go long on the euro yen. All right, so let's take that, and we're going to just we're into some consolidation here, so we're only going to take it for a couple of pips because because of the consolidation, and we'll set a stop loss at the big number just below it. So we can move that take profit rate up if you want, but I can see right here that I'm going to have some resistance here. I got a double top here, double top here. It needs to break above this, and if it's just going to waffle at 2 or 3 pips, I'll just take it off.
Yeah, no worries, why not?
Pardon me?
What's your spread on EJ?
1.6.
Okay.
All right, so let's see here. Let's just keep moving here. I prefer to trade the dollar pound, the pound dollar, the euro dollar, the Aussie dollar, and the New Zealand dollar. Those seem to be my my favorite trending pair at the of late. So
You do trade the S&P, or you're not trading the
no,
S&P anymore?
no, I trade the DAX once in a blue moon, but I haven't I've been away on holidays, so I really haven't done a whole heck of a lot. I took a couple of trades here and there when I had when I could sneak out to hook up the laptop, but all right, so let's just we're just going to move through here. So I'm down 2 pips on that trade at the moment. I'll go back to it here in a second. Might even get stopped out. I'm going to show you guys a trade, and next thing you know, I'm going to lose the darn thing. All right, so. Oh. That. All right, so let's go back to the EJ here. All right, so it's down 4.5 on me at the moment. So we have to be patient. So oh, that didn't sound good for somebody. All right, so that's at the daily open. Do you always take a trade if you get a signal? No, not always. I used to, but I'm trying to get. I'm trying to be a lot more selective in my trades. I'm getting the more that I've added the river and a few other components. I'm becoming a lot more selective. I used to take. That's why they call me the gunner. I used to take anywhere between 50 and 100 trades in 3 to 4 hours because I just get in, get out, get in, get out, and I take 8 to 10 to 15 trades I'd have open all at the same time. And now I might have 2 or 3 trades open at any given time. I try not to have more than 5 open anymore. I've just noticed that I've been waiting for more quality type trades. I don't know. So let's okay, anybody else have any questions? Can you clarify? Oh, sure. Let me just shoot on over to it here. On the EJ here, he wants to. I had a signal on it. All right, let me go to it now. All right, So I had a signal right here. I had a break of the signal, which is the very next candle. It broke it. So if it broke it, I'm in it. Now this trade here, like I said, there's a lot of consolidation on the 15-minute, and I think I probably jumped more of the gun on the trade than I should have, but there is an opportunity. Well, really, there's only an opportunity for 4 or 5 pips on this trade, because we have a lot of resistance up here. So why would you not class that oh, it is a sideways move. But I'm primarily just looking for, I'm looking for, I'm only looking for 4 or 5 pips. I'm looking just to get to this swing high right here. That's all I'm looking for. I'm probably going to get another signal on this next candle here when it closes. If it closes above the 10, I got half a minute to go, and it'll tell me here. 15 seconds. No, it's not going to close above. All right, so enter at market or place your order after you. I place the order after I get the signal. I have to see the signal. I have to look at the all the conditions around that signal. It was not the best signal that I could have taken for the first trade to show you guys, but it is a signal, and I'm just hoping that it pans out properly. Yeah. Yeah, I had an EA that I had do that, but I just found that it didn't work out for me, Mika Rose, because you have to see the market and understand it, what you're trying to where you're trying to go with the trade, and having the just putting in pending orders, there could be some serious changing in the market, because again, I'm not in for a long time. I'm only in for really quickly get in and get out of the market. So
your support and resistance, do you have any rules for that at all, or do you have particular rules for your support and resistance? Or?
Well, I look at levels, just and I look at double tops, double bottoms. I look at consolidation areas. Certain rules.
For example, so you're trading the 5-minute. Are you looking at the 15-minute support and resistance, the 1 hour support and resistance?
Yeah, I am, absolutely. All the time I'm looking at those levels. So you don't want to be running into a brick wall.
Okay.
Like here we have Aussie New Zealand. Now I'm not going to trade it because I just the spread is too high on it at the moment. But here's a signal on the Aussie New Zealand to go short. It hasn't it hasn't quite broke yet, but I have resistance right here, so I have to decide whether or not, which is same resistance right here, this swing low. So I have to decide whether or not, and this has been hit 1, 2, a couple of times, and if I go back further, it's probably hit a few more times in here too. So there's a huge level of consolidation back here, more consolidation here. So it's hitting this level. So and I'll measure it and say, okay, well, if there's 10 or 15 pips to be had, then I'll probably take it. But no, there isn't. There's only 4 or 5 pips to be had here. So, I'm not, and my spread is 3. So is it worth me taking for 1? No, absolutely not. Okay. That makes sense?
It does.
Okay.
I don't understand why spreads are so high. Is it Canadian roll or?
I don't I don't know either. All right. Well, let's go back to this EJ and watch it for a second. I got to take a 30-second break here, guys. Be right back. Hey, if it comes into profit, somebody close it for me, will you? I'm just joking. I'm just gonna set my take profit a little lower. All right. Be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, this EJ is really annoying me. It's been going now 20 minutes. Another couple of candles, and no matter what, I'm going to close out. So whether it's in a winner or not. That's the other thing, is I don't like to stay in a trade for more. The maximum I'll stay in a trade is 40 minutes, absolute maximum. I'd rather take a small loss and get out. Yeah, let me go to the GJ and take a look at that. All right, the GJ, there's a nice inside bar on the GJ for a short. Let me quickly look at where I'm at. It's trading above the daily open, but let's see how far we are from the daily open. We're quite a ways. No, we're not. Oh yeah, we are. We're 20 pips away from it. If this breaks, I'll consider taking it down to the big number. Really haven't had a full pullback here yet. The moving averages are just coming into play of crossing and opening up a little bit. So let's just open this one up a little bit bigger and see what it says on the river. The river is just crossing here, so it's a bit of a risky trade. So it's right. We're in it, and let's see if we can hit this this bottom right here, which is right at the big number. Let me just open that up a little bit. It's an okay. It'll be an okay trade. 130.95. Yep. All right. So let's. Now the only downside that I see to this this trade is that there's just been a lot of push down with no pullback yet. So there might be a pullback back up to the 75, and then in continuation to keep going down. So we'll yes, I agree. At the daily open, looking for it to retrace and go north. I can see that as well. Let's see if we can find another trade. This EJ is really starting to get on my one nerve I have left. Yeah, I'm going to close the EJ for a -6, I think. Let me go look at it real quickly here. Yeah, I'm closing the EJ here. I'm going to take a -6 on it. UCAD, possible UCAD short entry. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, there's. Well, that's really looks sweet. Let's take a look here. Yeah, the river is looking really nice. It's nice and wide. It's crossed over. Everything's going below. It's below the daily open. You know, we're only looking for 6 pips here. So we don't have a break. We don't have a break of it yet. So there's your swing low is right here. So 4 pips, 5 pips is what we're looking for out of that one. Huh. What are you going to do? All the indications say that it's a good short. Hasn't broke yet, so I'm not going to take it yet. All right, let's go to that. GJ is backing up on me here.
Did you get a look? Get a chance? Oh, there's this. Sorry, I won't interrupt. Sorry.
Yeah. Everybody's quiet.
Just want to point out what the discovery was that we made with your invention. That you still made a very good invention. I'd like to tell you and inform everyone.
Oh, you mean the chart switcher here? Yeah. Basically, the chart switcher, what it does is, as you can see, I have on one chart, I will put all my the pairs that I'm trading on that chart, and what it does is when I click on one of those pairs, although I have two or three, I have other charts open on other screens as well, and it actually changes all of the charts to that pair. So when I'm looking at a Aussie CAD, it changes my Aussie CAD from my 5 minute, my 15, my 1 hour, my 4 hour, all at the same time, so that I can see them. Is my mic muted? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, good. So just mic is muted.
You see entry now, Adam said.
Oh, on the UCAD. Let's go take a look at it. I might have missed it. Yeah, I'm not going to chase it, but look. It was on the last candle here, so when switching. Sorry. Yeah, so let's so yeah, every pair that I trade, so basically when I click on it, it changes all the charts for me to that pair, so that I can see what I'm looking at. As you guys can see, it happening on these two charts here, but I also have it. I have a few other monitors open, and I have them. I have other charts, and this is all through the same instance of MetaTrader too. So it's all through. I don't have 2 or 3 instances of MetaTrader open. I only have the one. And I can move my charts onto another monitor and then set them up so that I have them so I can see them on all the time frames at the same time, basically. And I can see a bigger picture of them, so it's not like I have 6 boxes or 6 time frames on one monitor looking at it. I can have the charts as big or as small as I want. You know, like I can add, let me just pull over here, like I can, as an example, let me just make this over here. So here now I'm showing the daily, the 15-minute. So I can, and then I can go to another pair, and it automatically will change to that pair. So now I'm looking at the pound Aussie. Now I'm looking at the UCAD here. Yeah. All right, so yeah, that's my chart switcher software that I've been working on for a few years. So posing inside bar on GJ now, how do you handle? Well, let's go. Let's take a look at it. I'm still in this trade. I'll if it goes up to the 75 is when I'll get out of the trade. If it's going to go against me, I wouldn't trade that inside bar. Oops, sorry. Let's go back here. I wouldn't trade that inside bar in the opposite direction. No. My entry was based on this signal and inside bar here, or this inside bar here, and unfortunately I have to be patient. All right, so cause it's below the MA. Yeah. Everything is in order, you know, on this trade. It is. I'm trading it into the daily open, which is there is room to go to it. If it was within a few, you know, if it was within under 10 pips to the daily open, I wouldn't trade it until it had closed below the daily open. So we'll to see it now. Your method is getting clearer to me. Oh, thanks. You let me know when it gets clear to you so that it can get clear to me? No, I'm just joking. So anyways, hopefully hopefully I was able to share some good insight with you guys. I am going to, it's 7:30 now, so I'm going to I'm going to close out the session here in a second, and I'll post that trade in a room when it's done, whether or not I closed it, or where I closed it at. I'll even post the picture of the trade. So hopefully it goes in my direction, but you know, that is the market. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't, and okay. So on that note, hopefully I'll probably will post this. I'll probably post this later on this afternoon or tonight in the on my YouTube channel there. So and then I'll send you guys the link for it. Okay.
Okay, thanks very much, Dave.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye now.